Level 1. The Recruit. The alley smells like wet asphalt and fear. You clutch the envelope they slipped under the door. The photograph inside is a stranger with a name scrawled beneath it. Your first target. You know nothing. No training, no alliances. Just the unspoken understanding that refusing isn't an option. You shadow them for hours, your heartbeat loud enough to betray you. Every instinct screams to run, but curiosity, something darker than bravery, keeps you moving. You note the guards' rotations, the shadows under the street lamps, the unmarked van that follows from a block away. Rules are simple here, though you don't yet know them. Obey, learn, survive. Every other action is a trap. You make the kill in a cramped bathroom, choking back bile as blood pools over the cracked tile. The sensation is hollow. The first rule of this world hits you before the body does. Efficiency is more important than hesitation. By the end of the night, the envelope is empty. You are no longer just a civilian. You are a participant, and yet, in your chest, the spark of doubt lingers. Level 2. The Field Operative. You move faster now. Every city smells the same after midnight. Safe houses, dead drops, coded messages hidden in innocuous emails. These are your new routines. Targets are higher profile, slightly more dangerous. A diplomat in Bangkok, a mercenary in Berlin. Your hands no longer shake. Your conscience frays like old rope. Payment comes in cash, always in bundles of $10,000. Sometimes more if the job is messy. You notice how the network measures respect, not by skill, but by the number of completed assignments without leaving loose ends. Trust is currency here, but fragile. A single mistake, a single slip of information, and your name disappears from the ledger. By the third hit, you realize you think less about the act itself and more about the logistics, timing, escape routes, surveillance blind spots. Fear hasn't vanished. It has mutated into vigilance. You are learning the first real lesson. Survival isn't about morality. It's about understanding the machine. Level 3. The Specialist. Your skill set becomes specialized. You handle poison runs, electronic surveillance, silent entry. You command respect from lower-level operatives, though none dare call you a peer. Each mission comes with instructions like a playbook. Kill with precision, leave no trace, maintain deniability. Failure here is a slow death, either legal or orchestrated by the network itself. You notice the system's invisible hierarchies. Field operatives answer to coordinators. Coordinators answer to directors. Loyalty is negotiated silently through actions, not words. One slip, and you're replaced before the ink on your death warrant dries. Mentally, you feel the edge of detachment. Killing becomes methodical, almost antiseptic. You are haunted less by the act itself than by the knowledge that every life you extinguish funds the ambitions of others you'll never meet. By now, the network's rules are intuitive. Always have an exit. Always verify identity. Never let personal attachment cloud judgment. Level 4. The Operator. Now, you give orders. You coordinate multiple hits simultaneously. Operatives report to you, bringing intel and options. You approve contracts worth $250,000, selecting targets by strategic value rather than opportunity. Mistakes in your chain cost lives. You feel the weight, but you no longer flinch at it. Isolation grows. Personal relationships are liabilities. You learn to smile without trust, to speak without revealing knowledge. Every interaction is assessed. Who knows too much? Who can be manipulated? You manage teams across 3 continents. Each job meticulously timed. Each operative unaware of the full scope. The psychological cost is subtle but pervasive. You wake at 3:13 a.m., heart still racing from a simulation in your mind of a failed hit. The network has taught you. Anticipation is as lethal as action. One wrong call could unravel everything you've built. Level 5. The Enforcer. Violence becomes your language. You travel to extract debts, silence rivals, and ensure obedience within your territory. A $500,000 contract disappears into the network, and you execute it personally when it's a message they need. Fear is your tool. Respect is manufactured from the tension in someone else's shoulders. By now, morality is fractured completely. You rationalize that killing protects others, that control maintains order. You record every move, every transaction, every shift of power. Intelligence is currency here, perhaps more valuable than money or firepower. You feel a surge of power, knowing someone, somewhere, fears you enough to hesitate, to comply. Sleep is a foreign concept. You often sit alone in a penthouse overlooking a city that doesn't know you exist. The network's rules are clear. The higher you climb, the less visible you become. Every human connection is a risk. Every loyalty is temporary. Level 6, the director. You sit behind a desk no one ever sees. Contracts exceeding $1 million cross your desk. Operatives from 6 countries await your approval. You manipulate markets, governments, and underworld factions alike, always from the shadows. The network bends around your decisions, yet you remain untouchable by design. Isolation is absolute. You see the machinery in motion, the gears turning, the blood and money, and loyalty circulating like clockwork. Your thoughts are no longer about the next hit. They are about maintaining the ecosystem, controlling it without leaving fingerprints. Emotion is a distant memory. You feel the cold calculus of influence, the thrill of power, devoid of connection. Decisions are made for efficiency, for survival of the system. You understand the true cost. Ultimate authority is purchased with solitude, and freedom is an illusion you never possessed. Level 7, the shadow. You exist as rumor and fear. Names vanish into whispers at your presence. $5 million contracts are executed without your ever being seen. You orchestrate hits on operatives who challenge the hierarchy, rearranging entire networks with a single phone call. Physical contact with the world is minimal. Your impact is abstract, mythic. The psychological shift is profound. You no longer think in terms of individual targets, but of probability, leverage, and consequence. Isolation is not uncomfortable. It is necessary. Humans are unpredictable. You are beyond their comprehension, yet still tied to their systems. You see younger recruits, like you once were, fumbling through their first missions. A flicker of recognition passes through your mind, quickly suppressed. Nostalgia is dangerous here. Attachment is lethal. You keep your distance, even from your own reflection. Level 8, the architect. You are untouchable. Your presence is felt but never seen. Governments, corporations, and criminal syndicates maneuver at your invisible hand. Multi-billion-dollar operations depend on your decisions. The network is no longer just a structure. It is an extension of you, an ecosystem sustained by your intellect and ruthlessness. The isolation is crushing. You sit in rooms filled with screens and projections, observing every corner of the world. Nothing escapes your reach. And yet, in all this power, there is emptiness. Every act is strategic. Every choice a calculation. You have outlived your friends, your enemies, and any trace of your former self. You reflect on the cost. Freedom is a myth, morality a liability, trust an illusion. Every day is a rehearsal of detachment, and still the network thrives. Because systems outlast individuals. Because some roles must be filled, no matter the human toll.